My name is James Dudley, and this is my wife, Ann Margaret, and I grew up at Memorial Drive Methodist. I didn't really grow up there, but I moved here the summer before my sophomore year, and I went on my very first work camp the summer after my junior year in high school. I believe I've been on 9 work camps, so really only 2 of them were when I was sort of officially
High schooler.
a kid at Memorial Drive. So that'll tell you sort of the effect that work camp had on me, because I went on 7 more after I went on one as an official sort of work camper. So
we are thrilled to have been a part of Work Camp and absolutely plan on going back as many times as we can. But the main thing that I loved about the Work Camp was obviously making a difference in the communities that we serve. We went to some pretty small towns that I had never been to, and really getting to see the difference and the community's response, their acceptance of us, and developing relationships within the church and the community members, that we see daily or weekly, but haven't really gotten to know them. So it was really nice to kind of just deepen those relationships with them.
So I've heard about Work Camp for the past 24 years. I first learned about Work Camp when I first met James, and it was primarily because all of his really close friends he met in one of his very first work camps. So it's been this enigma to me that I knew nothing about until I started having kids that were involved in work camp, and I worked in the kitchen, I think it was last year or the year before, and I told Mark that I finally got it. I understood the magic and understood the draw and understood what it was about. I was born and raised Catholic, so we did not have something like work camp. So for me, seeing my kids come home...
it's okay, you're forgiven for
Yes.
being Catholic. It's not a big deal.
So to see both boys come home, especially my older son, and be so energized and meet people and the experience he had, was something I'd never seen before. So it's just something I'm really excited to be more a part of, and to go on an actual work camp, or go on a work camp that's leaving the campus. I'm really excited about. So
A question we got often was, well, so did your kids get annoyed with you, or did they enjoy working alongside you? And ours enjoyed working alongside of us.
So they say.
So they say, but they showed up, and I think they felt a little bit of ability to take on a little more responsibility, because they were our kids, so they felt like maybe they had a little bit of authority over the jobs or the tasks that we gave them. So it went really well. We were really surprised.
And it's fun seeing your kids really dig in and work really hard, and you'll be amazed at some skills they pull out and use for the good. That was really probably the best part about work camp, was actually seeing these kids, and pretty talented people out there. So.
Yeah, my daughter using power tools and standing on a roof was rather educational.
And my dad went to work camp when I was in high school, and a few years after that, and I look back on that, and it's a precious memory of having a parent there at work camp with me. I'm sure I was a jerk to him a lot of the time when I was on work camp. I refused to be any small group that he was in. So I fully plan on being ignored by Henry when I'm on work camp this year, but I intend on embarrassing him to the best of my ability.
And then, of course, why should you volunteer? Hanging out with the kids and hanging out with the church members and making a difference in the community. It's a great way to further your walk or your journey and just get a little deeper in the community and with the church.
I think to volunteer as a parent at work camp, which I've only done one other time, gives you a glimpse into what your kids are experiencing, gives your kids an opportunity to see you follow along with them in this faith journey. And it's just a pretty special, magical thing that I see that transforms my kids, and I wanted to be part of that. So, and it's an incredible opportunity to see the community in action too. The people that I worked with at the one and only work camp that I've been at were people in their 60s and 70s that had grandchildren that were going through work camp. So the history there and the impact that this has had is just something really awe-inspiring to me as someone that was not familiar with this type of fellowship. So